So on Monday you saw me recreate Steven Gerrard's 4-3-3 from his days at Rangers with fantastic results as it delivered an invincible season, capturing 4 trophies with Liverpool. But what would happen if you put that tactic into a team that has been on a bad run of form? Yes, that's right, so we're going to rebuild Leicester. Now, we are using this with the brand new database from FM Databases. That means Leicester are in the Championship, they've been relegated, transfers have all been updated, so we've got a new database to go at. And our goal over the next few seasons is to get them back to the Premier League and somewhere near the top and a secure Premier League team, not yo-yoing. So that is what we're going to aim to do over the next couple of years in this rebuild. Now we are using the Steven Gerrard 4-3-3, and as you can see it here, it is in place already. And honestly, the team have taken to it really well. It's been a really good pre-season. And in terms of players we've brought in, obviously we've got Garnacho on loan from Manchester United. We've also got Connor Cody's come in over the summer. Maitland-Niles was brought in on a free. We signed Julian Draxler from PSG for just £4 million, which was a really good steal. Our director of football signed Victor Wanyama just to add that bit of squad depth that we probably needed. And then in terms of players in, I've got a contract out at the moment with Jesse Lingard. So he is on a free as well, which means we aren't spending that much money. As you can see on the screen there, we've got a lot in the budget. We actually had £20 million to spend when we came in, and we're trying to do it as realistically as possible by signing players who are late 20s, early 30s, maybe back end of their careers to get us to where we want to be. In terms of the season then, so we start at home to Watford, then Middlesbrough, Bristol City and Cardiff. That certainly is looking to be an interesting start to the season. We are favourites to go up as well, and I think that is key. We are 4-7 on with the bookies to win the Championship. Can I get this done at the first time of asking? And can the 4-3-3 wing-back system work in the Championship? We know it works in the Premier League with the top clubs. Does it work with a team in Leicester's situation? Well, let's get on with the first season and find out. Now this is slightly embarrassing because when I came to edit the video, I realised that one small section of my video, for some reason, had no audio. Now, this was the section after the very first season, which was in the Championship. Now, let me tell you what happened. We finished second. We got 102 points. Leeds won the league with 103, and Norwich came third with 100. Norwich then lost in the playoff final to Southampton, and we managed to go up. So that's what happened there, and we're going to pick it up right from the start of our first season in the Premier League. Alright then, so we are at the end of our second season, our first season back in the Premier League. Let's see how we got on. And it was a disappointing season as we finished 17th. We avoided relegation by 1 point. Just the 1 point. Disappointing overall, really. We had a really poor start to the season where at one point we were sat 20th and we hit the skids. I mean, you look at that opening run of games. We lost our first 5 league games. That's pretty average. And then the middle of the season in January, look at that run of games there. I mean, that is shocking. From the 1st of January until the 16th of March, we did not win a game.
Have you heard what the crowd is shouting? Bastards and bastards and bastards and they shouldn't be shouting at me. They should be shouting at you. And you know why? Because it's in half time and we're 2-0 down to the Mexicans.
We picked up 3 points in that period of time, and we lost to teams like Bournemouth. Newcastle won the league, okay. We lost to Leeds, we lost to Wolves. Frustrating. If we look at the data hub for the season, we just didn't perform anywhere near our best. Apart from the passing, we were down on goals. Defensively, we were average. So we are going to have to make a few changes going forward. We're keeping the same core of the system, but what we are dropping is dropping our wing backs back to full backs and having a flat back four for this third season in this save. And it'll be really interesting to see how that goes. And in terms of players we're looking to bring in, we've put bids out for Abdou Diallo and Kyle Walker-Peters to strengthen that back line as well. Because I think going forward, we're okay. We've got a wonder kid up front, Matthias Zero. He got 13 goals. Harvey Barnes got 13. Kelechi Iheanacho disappointingly got 4 goals in 24 appearances. And I think that's where our struggles really, really lay. So it's going to be an interesting summer. We're going to hopefully get those transfers over the line. We're probably going to have a few players leave as well. Financially, we are in a really good position, £120 million, the best part of it in the bank. So we are in a really strong position financially. let's see if we bring any more players in apart from the two I've mentioned there. And as we get ready for Season 3, let's see if anyone leaves. Alright then, so we are on the eve of our second season in the Premier League. Let's show you our transfer deals and who we've brought in. So we brought in Guido Rodriguez on a free from Real Betis, which is a really, really good sign. And we did let a couple of players like Daniel Iverson left, Kelechi Iheanacho, Shane Flynn, Maitland-Niles, Julian Draxler. They all left. Vestergaard left as well. We also brought in Gerson from Flamengo at the back end of last season, and Jacob Kiwa from Celtic, Callum Wilson, and obviously we had Kyle Walker-Peters and Abdou Diallo coming in as well. So we've had a really busy summer window. And if we look at the team, Callum Wilson is going to operate mainly from the bench, but we've got Arezzo up front, who's going to be our main striker, the wonder kid. You've got Gerson, Rodriguez, Dewsbury Hall in that midfield. We've got Baturina on the bench. If we really wanted to, we could bring him up here and play Baturina. So, you know, we do have options where we can do this. We've gone with a flat back four for our third season. The reason for that is just to try and strengthen the defence, to try and just make us not concede as many goals. I think we conceded 70 in the league last season. So that is something we're trying to change this year. But it's going to be interesting. In terms of where we're expected, it's a top half finish. And in terms of our start to the league, you know, we've had a dreadful pre-season, We've lost every pre-season game. Everton, Palace, Bournemouth and City to start with. And that is Man City without Pep Guardiola. He got sacked last season after City missed out on the top four. Maurizio Sarri is in at Man City right now. Okay, so let's get on with this season and we'll see how we get on. So we are at the end of our third season, and as we approach the last season of this rebuild, we've got some work to do. We narrowly, and I mean narrowly, avoided relegation on goal difference. This is the last season of the rebuild. It's very realistic we could get sacked, but you just never know. So it's certainly going to be interesting to see how it works. We've got a busy summer ahead. We are going to lose a few players, I think, looking at it, as Rezo is asked to leave. There's a lot of players who are wanted. We are right on the cusp of being sacked as well when we look at the board. I mean, we are, you know, pretty much in trouble. The fans still like us though, which is, you know...
Because I know somewhere deep down in my heart, I still love you.
We've just got to try and finish higher than 17th in the last season, and then we'll go from there. Callum Wilson is retiring at the end of the season as well, which is a shame. But certainly it's going to be interesting. We're going to do the summer, and then we'll come back to it, and we'll see exactly how we got on with who we could bring in, who left, and what our next moves were over the course of the summer holidays. So let's show you who we brought in. All right, then. So this is it, the final season. Can we finally get mid-table? I don't know. But let's find out. We're going to go out all guns blazing, and we've gone big in the transfer window. We've spent what the board would give us, and there is a very special loan signing. So let me show you who we've brought in. If we go to the transfer history, we've spent a massive amount of money this year, £114 million. Mattia Vitti came in from Nice. Weston McKennie from Newcastle, Fran Garcia from Celtic, and if you look at the bottom there, we signed Endrick on loan from Real Madrid.
Nice.
Now, if you don't know who Endrick is, when Football Manager 23 launched, he was the go-to wonder kid for everyone. He just had to be brought in. And that's it. We also signed, so there are a couple of signings in January as well, obviously last year, that what happened during the simulation. Arsene Zakarin is going to be really key this year on the he's playing right wing for us, so he's going to be really interesting out there. Let's show you the squad as it lines up. We've gone back to wing backs. We're going all guns blazing. We're either going to get relegated or we're going to get mid-table. I don't know what we're going to do. In terms of what the board are looking for, let's have a look. Top half finish. Last stage of the FA Cup, last stage of the EFL Cup. So they want a cup win as well. Fair enough, really, with what they're asking. And in terms of the Premier League, we are expected to finish 8th, 20-1 on to win the league. That's really narrowed considering where we normally are. When we got promoted, we were 200-1, and since then we've recorded 2 17th place finishes, and now we're 20-1.
What did he say?
The bookies are having me on there, I think. But anyway, we've done some good business. We've got 1 season left in the rebuild. Let's see if we can finally achieve something. Getting them promoted and keeping them in the Premier League is an achievement in itself. But let's see if we can get the top half European place finish and cement Leicester back as a Premier League regular. Let's see how we got on. Alright then, so we have just finished our 4th and final season on this rebuild, and I was desperate to see if we could finally turn the fortunes of Leicester City around and get a decent finish, and it hasn't disappointed. What a season we had, finishing 5th in the Premier League. I mean, that in itself is sensational. We finished above Manchester United. We finished above Newcastle, who've won the league during this rebuild. 67 points, a goal difference of 8. We conceded 61, but we scored 69. 20 wins. Absolutely brilliant. And that signing of Endrick made a massive difference as he bagged 23 goals. Arsene Zakharyan, I said at the start of the season, I told you he would be key. 20 goals he scored. Absolutely fantastic. A real turnaround on the rebuild, and we leave Leicester City as a team playing in the Europa League next season. Absolutely brilliant. I hope you've enjoyed it, and remember, we used the Steven Gerrard 4-3-3 tactic. If you want to download that tactic, the link is in the description below. Go and download it from Sort It Outside or FM Scout, and give those guys a bit of love. I'll be bringing you the rebuild next Friday, and we're going to be looking at a possession-based tactic on Monday. Have a great one, guys, and I'll see you all soon.